Great leadership in our locker room. You know, we got just enough vets that we have that leadership, but we brought in a lot of new guys. You know, the last 2 years we haven't won the championship. We got beaten the championship game, and you know, we felt like it was time to turn the roster over a little bit and bring in some new blood. And you know, but we got great leadership in our locker room, and you know, we're going to ride them.
And Coach Guy, a rematch of the semifinals. Wow, Duke City in town again. What a way to start a season.
Yeah, you know, they caught a lot of teams by surprise when they came into the league last year. You know, Nate Davis is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's very good with the ball, and then Dello Davis, the receiver, is very electric, and Elmore. So, you know, we got our work cut out for us, and you know, it's going to be a 60-minute game.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Kevin Guy has his guys ready for another big campaign in the Indoor Football League. Listen, Arizona joined the Indoor Football League in 2017. Obviously, many, many years before that they played this indoor game. And for most of that, all of that, the Arena Football League was their home. Since 2017, since joining the IFL, the Arizona Rattlers have appeared in the championship game, the United Bowl, every single season. But last year's stings in particular, as I bring in again our broadcast partner, Cedric Bonner. We're about ready to kick this thing off, Cedric, and I don't know, it's just got to hurt a lot looking back on this past season. The finish of 2021 is just so much unfinished business for the team.
Well, the finish of 2019 as well, so it was back-to-back championship games where they weren't able to get it done. But this is a proud franchise. You've got one of the greatest coaches in the history of any indoor football league. He understands how to reload, retool, get the guys motivated. He's got a great staff. They do a great job getting these guys ready. You see a lot of new faces with the Rattlers, and they like to turn it over, bring in a bunch of talent. But I tell you what, this Duke City Gladiator team right now, partner, Floyd, these guys are tired of the big brother down I-10. They don't want to lose to these guys. They're down I-40. They don't want to lose anymore to the Rattlers. They feel like it's their time. They're excited about it. Their season ended abruptly last year as well, just like the Rattlers did. They want something different.
In just a moment, we'll introduce the third member of our broadcast team. That is Joe Pequeno standing by. And on the field, the Rattlers are ready to give the ball to the Gladiators to start this one off in that high-power, high-octane Gladiators offense that they bring in from Albuquerque. And it's the Davises, right? Everything in their success comes back to what Nate Davis, the quarterback, and Dello Davis, the receiver, the runner, the return man, all the special teams, special things that he can do, and he is back deep to receive the kick from the Rattlers, Ernesto Lukayo, and we're going to get this thing going from the snake pit. The kick is away, and Dello Davis is going to get a returnable ball deep in the end zone. Here he comes, bringing it out the right side, and he'll get shoved into the dasher pad, into the wall near the 10-yard line, and we are officially underway with game number one and the opening game for both these two teams this season in the Indoor Football League. Floyd Simmons and Cedric Bonner here on the play-by-play call.
Tell you what, you're going to see a offense here that, much like the old Arena Football days, that likes to throw the football. You're going to run it a little bit, but not with the quarterback. The runs will come with Devonte Jackson out of the backfield. But this offense wants to throw the ball, push it down the field to different targets. The key for the Rattlers tonight is to stop the Davis boys.
All eyes on Dello Davis. He will be in the slot on the right side and gets his run up to the line of scrimmage, and Nate Davis will throw on first down. Quickly over the middle, and there's Dello. Fields it at the 23-yard line, and that is a first down, gain of 13 yards, and we're underway, everybody. The Gladiator offense and those ridiculous numbers that they put up last year. I mean, Nate Davis, I don't know how many records he erased, but he must have taken care of a few of those.
Yeah, phenomenal season for Nate. 86 touchdowns. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous. And then you look at what Dello Davis did, 31 receiving touchdowns. He was fantastic. You see him there with the ability to read zone coverage, finds a gap in the lane, and gets an easy completion.
Davis, the handoff. Contact, broken tackle, and inside the 10-yard line. Spun down with a nice gain on the play, and carrying the ball was Devonte Jackson.
And out of West Georgia, this young man, I live in the Denver area. He was a member of the Broncos in the preseason. a couple years back, and I was like, why did this guy not make the team? He is explosive, extremely strong, and you look at his numbers size-wise, 5'7", 180, but he is much more powerful than 5'7", 180.
19-yard gain on his first carry of the evening here at the Snake Pit. And the Gladiators rolling right down the field on their opening possession. Clock says 12:57 remaining in the quarter. No score. And the first opportunity in the red zone. Davis looking. Now he'll try to check down left side. Decides he'll run instead. And he is brought down right at the 5-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play for Nate Davis before the tackle is made. On that defensive side for the Arizona Rattlers, two names, of course, jump right off the page. Last year's league defensive player of the year, Dylan Winfrey, and his ridiculous interception numbers that he put up. It seems every time he turned around, he was taking one back the other way. And then, of course, previous to that, the guy that won the defensive player of the year before that, Devonte Merriweather, is on this defense.
Yeah, two very experienced guys, and that's great for communication, especially when you have some young defensive backs out there.
Devonte Jackson, the carry up the middle. He's going to cross the 3, maybe the 2-yard line before brought down, and a flag in the backfield on contact on Nate Davis, the quarterback. Looks like the guy that was back in the backfield with him was Trayvon Hill. And then a flag comes out where the contact was made.
Trayvon Hill.
Half the distance to the goal. Automatic, first down.
You heard the tail end of the call from the official.
Personal foul on Trayvon Hill, and that's not the way to make your coach happy. Now, listen, this kid plays extremely hard. He's talented, out of University of Miami. Explosive player. Started his career at Virginia Tech, but he is a great guy off the edge. When he learns to channel that energy, that emotion, it'll turn into some positive things for him on the field.
This opening possession has spent now almost 4 minutes moving up the field for the Gladiators. And they'll quick toss right side to Devonte Jackson. Cuts it up and into the end zone. That is a Gladiator touchdown. And they're going to get the scoring going tonight in Phoenix. Jackson capping it off, but the weapons on that Gladiator offense coming to the forefront as you saw Nate Davis deliver a pass to Dello Davis early on to move into or near Rattlers territory, and then Devonte Jackson handled the load from that point on.
Well, it's nothing against the tailback and the running back they had a year ago, but Devonte Jackson just brings a different kind of speed and burst and power, vision, all those things.
And by the way, here's what comes the other direction. Dylan Winfrey scooping up a blocked kick. That was right, I believe, in the back of the blocker. I don't believe that was as much a great play on special teams as it was a bad snap, maybe bad hold, and the kick just came out.
It had to be a bad hold because the way it came out, it literally came out 2 feet off the ground.
Well, the Rattlers were unable to return that for the point there, and that will bring us to a timeout in the action. 10:53 on the clock, first quarter. You are listening to and watching Arizona Rattlers football. Back to the Footprint Center, back to the Snake Pit right after this.
Unique adventures for the family. Creative Living showcases it all. Peek inside the kitchen at a local restaurant, preview popular travel destinations, or discover an exciting new hobby. Watch Creative Living Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday only on YourView and YourView.com. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives.
Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we dance to the Dome on YourView.
Back into the Footprint Center newly renamed last year here in downtown Phoenix, also the home of the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury. And here tonight, taken over by Rattler Nation, and a great crowd here to open the season with the Rattlers as they take on the Duke City Gladiators. Duke City in the last two matchups against Arizona did get out to early leads.
They did. Double-digit early leads, right? You get out of the gates early, but the one thing when you have number one on your team, Drew Powell, the reigning player of the year offensively, the MVP of the league.
I'd like him on my team. Look at this. It's picked up front. Taken into the end zone, and Devonte Merriweather has the first points of the game for the Arizona Rattlers.
This is one of those, we're going to try to stuff it down your throat early on the road in your house. You try an onside here? That's a tough one.
Well, that's the epitome of risk-reward, isn't it, right there in that situation? The Rattlers make the Gladiators pay. Arizona's got their first points and tie the game here, 6-6. So now Ernesto Lukayo will try and give the team their first lead.
The positive thing is you keep Drew Powell off the field and not out running all over you.
Snap, the hold, Demery Croft holding for the Rattlers, and the kick is up. And the kick is good, and the Rattlers have taken their first lead of the game. 7-6, they lead at the 9:53 mark here in the first quarter. A perfect opportunity for us to bring in our third member of the broadcast team. He's down on the field. He's got the best seat in the house. That's Joe Pequeno. Hey, Joe, how are things?
Floyd, good evening. How are you? Good to be back with the team, and here we are in the glorious area after the big score by Devonte Merriweather, scooping and scoring on the onside kick. Now, throughout the season, throughout the telecast, we'll talk live to the players after big plays, and right now, Devonte Merriweather, if we could talk to him, we would. Right now, he's going to go back on kickoffs and go back on defense, but plenty from the field coming up in the course of the game.
All right, Joe, we're going to check in as soon as we can and find out Devonte's thoughts on his opportunity early on in the game.
And that's what's so unique about this game, right? Your stars are playing special teams. They're 21-man active roster. Guys got to go. They got to play special teams. They got to go where needed.
And that's an even stronger emphasis with Coach Guy and Jeff Jarnigan, the special teams coach, and that kind of mentality that the Rattlers have. If you aren't willing to step on the field on special teams, they're looking for another guy to fill that slot.
100%. Listen, Jeff Jarnigan's been doing this for a long time, and he's been doing it well for a long time. He's had a great career coaching, mentored some great young defensive linemen, as well as been a great special teams coach.
He knows the league, and he knows what he's doing, and here is Dello Davis bringing it out of the end zone to about the 10, maybe the 11-yard line. And the Gladiators go back on offense. We'll see Nate Davis and his guys come back out here on the turf at the Snake Pit. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us for our broadcast coverage on radio on the Fanatic, AM 1580 across the valley. Also watching on the IFL's YouTube channel, and those of you watching us on Cox Cable, Cox Media, on your view. Thank you for joining us as we kick off the season with the Arizona Rattlers here tonight in downtown Phoenix. Well, this arena is, especially the last couple of seasons, seen a lot of success, a lot of victories, a lot of winning, and nobody represents that better than the Arizona Rattlers in the great season last year that got them into the championship game. Hoping again to return this year, of course, and we'll watch Nate Davis take the snap, throw deep down the middle. It's got a man wide open inside the 5, catch made, and Dello Davis beats Dylan Winfrey deep, and the Gladiators are on the board again. Well, Coach.
Well designed.
How to break down?
Well, you send somebody across the face of the safety. He jumps it. Leaves another defender on the trail of Dello Davis, which you can't do that with him. He's going to beat you. He's too quick, too fast. That's by design, a great play. Because you either take the crossing route or you take the deep route, whichever one. You allow the defender to tell you where to go with the ball. He did exactly that. And Nate Davis just continues to not be shy coming into this building and playing well.
He has a knack for getting the ball into the hands of that guy, number 0, and the combination gets into the end zone an awful lot, and they get their first hookup of the year. Here's a 2-point try. The catch is made on a diving attempt, and that'll be points to get it to a 7-point lead. I believe on the receiving end there was Devonte Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. Hauled that thing in, 2 points, and the score here, 14-7. The Gladiators on top of the Rattlers here. 7:58 on the clock, first period. We'll grab a timeout and be back with more in a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
How many times can I say, oh yeah?
Back into Phoenix. Welcome back, everybody. It's Arizona Rattlers football. And the Rattlers will get the ball back here in just a moment, trailing 14-7. We haven't seen the Rattlers offense yet. We have played 7 minutes of football already, and how's Drew Powell feeling right now? Cedric, is Drew a little bit, it's been 7 minutes of football
like
game gone by.
Like a caged tiger, man. He's ready to go.
Hadn't had a chance to.
Trust me, the dude is a champ, literally.
Yeah.
And that's how he plays night in and night out. Not concerned about that young man.
The Gladiators with the squib. And that is going to go into the stands inside the 10-yard line. Jamal Miles trying to range over and scoop it up.
And we talked about this, the Rattlers' return game being so good that they rarely get opportunities to return it, to get a return because of all the squib kicks and things like that. It looks like they're a horrible return team by the numbers, but they don't get opportunities.
Let's throw it to Joe Pequeno down on the sideline before we get a first look at Drew Powell in the offense. Hey, Joe.
Floyd said, good evening. Drew Powell was so excited about this matchup. He had it marked on his calendar as soon as the schedule came out, and he's highly motivated after last year's United Bowl loss. He got to camp early, got in great shape, started working with new quarterbacks coach Chris Dixon. They worked on footwork. They worked on mechanics. By no means does Drew Powell come into this season, he is complacent, not whatsoever.
And I'll even take that a step further, Joe. You bring in a guy like Demery Croft, who's an up-and-coming rising star, as the backup. Competition. Iron sharpens iron, and that's what they did with the Rattlers. Drew is sharp as ever. And listen, Chris Dixon is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the Indoor Football League. Multiple championships as a player. Great coach. He understands the game, and Drew will continue to thrive with him.
Rattlers began at their own 7-yard line. That was a 5-yard gain for Malik Williams on the Rattlers' first play from scrimmage here in the season. They'll go deep down the near sideline. That is picked off in the end zone. A touchback, and what a defensive play.
Roderick Chapman, and this ball right here is just thrown late. The route was won. Raheem Harvey was on top. The ball was thrown about 2 seconds too late. It needs to be out. You see backside here, Chapman pressing, sitting there waiting. The ball's got to be up in the air earlier, and it's underthrown.
I was going to say, I feel like Drew's got a lot more in the tank on that throw.
Yeah, but 1 or 2 extra hitches up in the pocket, didn't need it. You've got enough arm strength. Flip your hips. You see the double down coverage by the 2 outside defenders. Throw that thing up over the top. Your guy or nobody.
So the Rattlers' opening possession lasts exactly 2 plays.
It's the same thing that happened to them last year. Tip ball interception.
And they're going to have to go to work on defense. Snap to Nate Davis. The Gladiators will loft one. That's over the head of Dello. Incomplete. Devonte Merriweather trying to stay with him in coverage. That is a tall order for sure for Devonte.
Well, that's a misread by Dello. Devontae's flattening out. Dello needs to carry that a little more vertical up the field. Got a face mask penalty. I see Devonte Jackson putting his helmet on.
Well, that's a 5-yard mark off and a apparently automatic first down for the Gladiators. They'll set up at their own 10-yard, just inside their own 10-yard line. Davis puts him in motion, and he'll quickly deliver to the right side. Dangerously so, and the pass is caught for a very modest gain. It looked like on the receiving end was Greg Dent, who made the catch and a couple of yards to pick up on the play.
You just need a little bit better throw, more accurate throw so your guys can run with it. They're setting up the screen out to the right side. Good job of getting downhill by Merriweather. I'll tell you what, he reads and dissects what he's looking at extremely fast. Gets downhill, affects a ton of plays with his length, 6'2", 210. Playing the bandit position.
Motion from the left side of the formation this time. And this one picked off. Brought into Gladiator territory and a dive into the end zone. Coach Guy is asking for the touchdown signal. He gets it. That's Brandon Ezell, new on the roster this season with the Rattlers, who comes across with the pickoff, takes it up the left sideline, and the finish is points for Arizona.
The former San Jose State Spartan, paying dividends. He reads the dig route and jumps it. The receiver does a bad job of stopping. Greg Dent Jr. stops in the middle of that route. You cannot do that. Ezell comes downhill, picks it off, and is not satisfied with that. He wants points.
Well, how about this? A point after here from Ernesto Lukayo will tie the game at 14, and we will have played 11 minutes of football. That kick is up and good. So we're tied, 14 apiece, everybody. And the Arizona offense has run 2 plays, and they haven't put any points on the board. The Rattlers have special teams points, and that onside kick returned for touchdown by Devonte Merriweather, and now an interception returned for points on the board. If you are Coach Kevin Guy right now, you've got to like where you're at. Your offense has really not had a chance to even get their legs underneath them, and yet with your opponent scoring twice, you still have points of your own to match them in this game.
And you were concerned about how Kyrie Woods was going to, react, the local product. How Brandon Ezell was going to react in their first game. You've worked with him in practice. They've done a great job. You put them on the field. You trust them. Well, they come up big for you early. That's an incredible job of getting these young guys ready. But it helps to have 2 guys in the middle on that defense on the back end with Winfrey and Merriweather to help get those young guys in the right spots. But they're paying dividends now. You know the offense is going to come around.
Kyrie Woods, by the way, great name mentioned there. He's got a great story here. He's a high school athlete in Arizona, and we'll touch on his story here in just a little bit. 4 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock here in this first quarter. Welcome in, Rattler Nation. Hope that you're ready for a big season, and Arizona has in my opinion, Reloaded might even be a better football team, more talented.
Overall, I believe younger and possibly more talented.
Here's a high kickoff from Lukayo. It's fielded 3 yards deep. Davis gets a block here on the near side, and he'll struggle out to the 10, just past the 10-yard line. And that was not Davis on the return. Pardon me on that. That was Roderick Chapman who brought it out for the Gladiators. Now, do we concern ourselves with that? No, I don't think so. There's Dello coming back on the field. Well, listen, I had a chance to just chat briefly with Dello Davis before the game. Respectful, just a great young man. And it's fun to cheer for him. And I don't care who your team is. We're obviously the broadcast team for the Arizona Rattlers, but when you see a guy like that out there, you can't help but just be delighted every time he walks on the field.
He reminds me of the old offensive specialist I had back when I played. Small guy, 5'8", 165, and they might be giving him a few pounds, but he just finds a way to get open, run great routes, and makes things happen.
Handoff goes up the middle, and that is a nice job to slip the first line, and then after getting into the secondary, Jackson gets brought down just out across the 20-yard line.
That's the dynamic difference right there for the Gladiators. Devonte Jackson is special.
Well, it's a pretty complete team as far as the weapons go. And the Gladiators prove that week in and week out. They did last year in their inaugural campaign, competing in the IFL. They did that with regularity. Here's the snap to Nate Jackson, and the, I think, unintentional back shoulder fade will produce points. Greg Dent stepped back as the defender overplayed, hauled it in. He's in the end zone. That's a Gladiator touchdown.
Well, look, you lose your technique here. Watch Ezel peek back for the ball. He doesn't stay attached, but when he looks back, he loses the receiver, who did a nice job. Greg Dent Jr. did a nice job. He just got on him on the last drive for stopping on his route, but he does a nice job to uncover, come back, and go get 6 points.
Point after this time is up and good for the Gladiators with 1:53 remaining here in the first quarter. And Duke City goes in front 21-14. We grab a timeout. Back here to the Snake Pit in just a moment, everybody. More Arizona Rattlers football on the way.
Latina artist in Miami. She wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Hey, Hoops fans, Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we dance to the Dome on your view.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
The Gladiators will give Arizona a chance, and we'll see if the Rattlers can put together their first sustained possession here in the game. 21-14. Duke City in front of Arizona here in this IFL opener for the season. And this liner is off toward that far side wall. Picked up, scooped up, and Ezel, who scoops it up, gets knocked down in a hurry. Tackle made at about the 11-yard line. It'll be first down for Drew Powell, the reigning and two consecutive league most valuable player awards for Drew. And this is a league that has shown a lot of respect for his entire arsenal of weaponry, because nobody runs like Drew. Certainly no quarterback does, and he throws the ball well as well.
He does a nice job doing all the above, but I think the biggest thing about him is he is a competitor.
And he'll run on first down. Straight up the middle, you saw him break a tackle. Another one, he's across the 20, and he'll lower the shoulder to the 16-yard line. The tackle eventually made for Duke City by Roderick Chapman, and there's a great indicator of the kind of running that you get to see every night when you watch Drew Powell take snaps.
He is not a good runner, not a great runner. He is an elite runner with the ball in his hands. And it doesn't matter who you are. He could put you in a mixer out in space, or he'll do that and try and finish you off with power. He is an elite runner.
And yet a quarterback. And that the two, to me, just don't seem to be able to make a lot of sense together, but he puts it together in terrific fashion. Here's the snap. And on the speed give to the near side, that is Malik Williams carrying the ball, and he'll be stopped shy of a first down. Line of scrimmage was the 16-yard line. It looks like they'll put him at about the 8. So give him an 8-yard gain on that first down as the Rattlers trailing 7 here in the final seconds of the first quarter. We're down to 12 seconds. And I don't know if the Rattlers will actually get a play. Well, they're going to get one off, I think, right here. 7 seconds. Motion to the line. Final play of the quarter. This one is going to be thrown out in front of Jamal Miles. Incomplete as we wrap up this first quarter. Here in Phoenix, everybody, the home of the Arizona Rattlers, the Snake Pit, and a great start to this rematch of last year's semifinal. It's Duke City 21, Arizona 14. We're back with the second quarter here and more Arizona Rattlers football.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
Right there, great look at the Sidewinders. Are they not the best cheerleading crew in the entire IFL? I would say they are. Great work, ladies. Welcome back, everybody. Our score here, Duke City 21, Arizona 14, as we return to the action and get the second quarter underway. Arizona Rattlers football from downtown Phoenix, and we're thrilled to have you along, whether you're part of Rattlers Nation. And we thank you, folks. Maybe you're watching back home.
Gladiator Nation.
I'm just saying, if you're watching back home in Albuquerque, thank you for joining us as well. Here's the ball dropped on the ground, picked up. And look at Drew Powell keep it alive. Turns and wings one into the second row out there. Somebody's got a souvenir. That ball incomplete.
That's a good job by Drew. I mean, he could have sat there and tried to make a play, force a play, and take on 4 defenders, but that's the quickest way to try to get Demery Croft in the game. He makes a smart decision here, turns and whips it out of bounds. But watch when he turns back to the line. There's like 4 defenders there, and I've seen him get out of some sticky jams, but that's being smart, taking care of your body right there.
So big fourth down play, fourth and just better than 2 yards. That's a pitch to Jamal Miles, and Jamal takes it inside the 5, picks up that first down with ease. A 6-yard gain with a marker down behind the play, so that we'll have to check on.
Illegal defense. Duke City, nose guard is out of his stance at the snap. That penalty is declined. Result of play, first down.
You have to have your hand in the ground. Watch right in the center of the screen, right over the center. Right there, he jumps a little bit early. Gets his hand up, it's on Ferdinand. That's a good job of using the hard count by Drew Powell.
Net result of the play is a first and goal for the Rattlers. They are parked at the Gladiators' 2-yard line. Motion, Miles comes left to right, but they're going to give it to Malik Williams. And Malik is trying to stretch into the end zone, and he does. The indicator is the first offensive touchdown of the season for the Arizona Rattlers.
Tell you what, great finish, but Drew Powell having a hard time. Keelan Ferdinand is really getting off the football, giving McMeans a hard time. So he's taking a power step back. Watch. And Drew's getting stepped on, trying to get out of there. He's got to get out of there a little bit quick, get his feet out. Don't leave your back foot in the hole. I mean, that disaster averted there.
Lukayo to come on and try to tack on the point after, tie this game for a third time today if you count 0-0. That's going to hit the upright, and it's going to deflect back onto the field. That is no good. Kick just off the mark for the Rattlers, and our score will stay at 21-20. Duke City in front of the Arizona Rattlers. These teams, in the short existence of the Gladiators organization, have seen each other 3 times. Played once in Albuquerque last year, played twice here in Phoenix. And the Gladiators showed some terrific potential for sure, and matched Arizona step for step a lot of the way, but when the Rattlers turn it on you, I'm telling you, they make it tough, and that's what the Gladiators are going to hope to stay out of in this 60-minute showdown. Let's throw it down on the field. Joe Pequeno has something for us. Hey,
Thank
Joe.
you, Floyd. Here with new Arizona Rattler Malik Williams, who scored in that short touchdown run. Malik, talk me through the play.
Yeah, 27 outside run. Saw a couple guys overflow, so I cut it back up. So, yeah.
How exciting is it to be with this franchise and playing in a game like this with 2 heavyweights going at it?
Oh, it's so exciting, you know. First year in the NFL, enjoying it so far, enjoying this team. You know, I'm loving everybody. Coach Guy's a great guy, so, yeah, I'm excited.
There you go.
A lot of competition.
A lot of competition. That's what the Arizona Rattlers are all about. Malik Williams, his first touchdown as an Arizona Rattler.
All right, thank you, Joe.
I'd be willing to place a wager on that with FanDuel that that's not going to be his last.
Yeah.
That will not be his last touchdown.
Now, if you heard some of the glowing words that Coach Guy had for his running back, Malik Williams, he's pretty happy to have him. And this is coming off of a couple of great runners that the team employed last season. Malik Williams with that touchdown. Here's Arizona with their onside attempt, and that's going to go back into the hands of Ernesto Lukayo, but the official on the near side is pointing in the direction of the Gladiators on offense. He's going to say, I think, that the ball did not go for it.
It doesn't have to go 10 yards if Duke City touches it first, which Robert Brown touched the ball first. It doesn't have to go 10 yards. Duke City touched the ball first.
The officials are having a very long conversation about the situation.
Result of the play is the Rattlers retain possession of the ball. First down, Arizona.
Well, you called it, said, and
watch it right here in the middle of the screen. He tries to come up and play it and botches it right there. And Ernesto Lukayo jumps on his own kick, and that's a tough deal. You want to try and slide over, but you see, they obviously see the gap in the middle of that return team. And Robert Brown's unable to handle it.
The risk reward pays off. Rewarded nicely if you're the Arizona Rattlers. And they've got possession, throw 7-yard line. They'll take over, trailing by 1, 21-20. And here comes Drew Powell stepping into this throw over the middle. Wide open catch made. Braxton Haley's got it inside the 15. Nice Yards after catch for Broxton, taking it to the 11-yard line of the Gladiators. And just like that, this team is in striking range.
And this is a great throw by Drew Powell. He reads the zone coverage, floats the ball up over the underneath player, gets it just outside of him with touch. That's a great ball. Up and down, you got to put it on a string. Up and down over the defender. Braxton Haley wearing that special number right there, that number 13. It's a pretty good number.
You like that number?
I do.
Shocked and surprised that it's even available. Made it look good there for a first down. Ball at the 11-yard line. They'll hand it right side, and there's a tackle made to keep that from going much further than about a 3-yard gain. Raheem Harvey will get credit for the rushing yardage there, and they'll mark him at the 8-yard line. 3-yard pickup for the Rattlers.
He's a guy who had a good year last year with Bismarck, 44 catches, 14 touchdowns, but a vet of the league, understands, good size, 6'2", 205. Competitive guy.
Back into the huddle trots leader of this team, Drew Powell. Maybe not the most vocal guy in the locker room, but he is establishing himself as the leader of this football team. Here's a pass, left side, good look off over the middle, and the pass completed for a touchdown. The Rattlers feed the ball to Malik Williams for his second touchdown today.
Talk about maturity and growing as a quarterback. They run the fake sweep. As soon as you run the fake sweep to Malik Williams, he becomes your fourth option. You want to look for crossers going across the middle. He checked every single one of those and threw a laser out to Malik Williams for the touchdown.
Lukayo, who recovered that onside kick that led directly to the Malik Williams touchdown, will attempt and successfully connect on the point after. There's a whistle, they come in, everything clear, okay. The score here, Arizona 26, Duke City 21. Timeout on the field. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. We specialize rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training. Our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
Join Jane Klaus on Creative Living as she shares fun and inspiring ideas for enriching your life. From DIY tips to unique adventures for the family, Creative Living showcases it all. Peek inside the kitchen at a local restaurant, preview popular travel destinations, or discover an exciting new hobby. Watch Creative Living Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday only on YourView and YourView.com. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do.
Well, a great night in Phoenix. We welcome you in as the Arizona Rattlers do battle with the Duke City Gladiators. Duke City representing the IFL well in their first year in the league last year. They got to the semifinals, and they were that close to an upset win here in Phoenix. And a trip to the United Bowl in their first season. Arizona got that honor, and now Arizona will give the ball to Dello Davis and company up the middle. The return comes out across the 10. Marked down at the 12-yard line, 1st and 10, Duke City, and they've got a little ground to make up a moment ago. That point after was no good for Arizona, and so our score here is 26-21. And Duke City's offense back out on the field. Well, there's a look on the sideline. Let's throw it to Joe Paqueno.
Thank you, Floyd. Here with Drew Powell. Drew, the first touchdown of the year. It is a beauty, a laser to Malik on the sidelines.
Yeah, man. Actually, Malik, before the play, he said, don't forget about me, because he's pretty much the last option on that play, and he knew what he was talking about, just, was patient and got it to him, and he put it in the end zone.
Drew, how about two heavyweights giving it all they got in this season opener?
Yeah, man, we knew it was going to be a tough ball game. Defense making a lot of good plays, and, it's a good game. We knew it was going to be that, so we just got to fight, and hopefully we finish it out.
Thank you, Drew. Floyd, back to you.
Malik Williams, don't forget about me. That turns into 6 points.
Told you it was the last read. This is a great play here defensively. Great play by Dylan Faamatu, and then to finish it up.
Is that Devonte?
Our guy, Mr. Merriweather, throwing haymakers.
Big contact at the end of the play. That's a 2-yard loss. Back to the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 12. Motion. Davis sets, throws over the middle. That is incomplete, and that is interference as well.
Yeah, they're going to get Kyrie Woods, that was him on that last tackle.
Got it.
Not Merriweather. They're going to get him on the pass interference. Backside receiver comes in and runs a stutter dig route.
Defense, number 9. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic, first down.
You can see it right on the backside. You'll see the receiver come up and break down. Oh, that's the last run play. It's a great finish right there.
Yeah, I think our technical director liked the
hit better.
He liked that play a lot better.
He didn't like the flag on him. He didn't want to see the penalty.
It didn't appreciate it.
That was a good hit by the young Kyrie Woods out of San Diego State.
8 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. Nate Davis on the crossing route connects, and that'll be with the stretch. Is that a first down? I think they might have gotten it.
Yeah, they gave it to him.
Yeah, they're going to give it on a 10-yard pickup on that play on the receiving end.
The Rattlers got lucky here. They turned loose Dent Jr. up the sideline, and Nate Davis never saw him. They turned him loose. He was running free by himself, but he was waiting on that crossing route.
Daryl Stoneham was the receiver that made the catch and picks up that first down, laying out with the football at the end of the play. The ball goes to the Arizona 18-yard line. Nate Davis surveying the field, and he gives it, and what a play up the middle by the Rattlers on the handoff to Jackson. He didn't have a chance. Trayvon Hill straight up the gut, drops him for the loss.
Listen, the best remedy to shut down a great back is penetration. Watch 45, top of the screen. That's an overset by Fondal. He oversets outside, and the quickness of Trayvon Hill gets inside of him and makes a play. If you're blocking that play, you've got to play through the inside half of that body, out, inside out. He oversets it, leaves too much space for a player of Trayvon Hill's speed and quickness.
3-yard loss on the tackle by Trayvon. And now 2nd down, 13. Gladiators looking, pumping over the middle, and that's right in and out of the hands of...
It's a free play. It didn't matter. It would have been a free play. We got out of our stance on the right end. I believe it's Hill again.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
And you saw the call. You heard the call first from Said there, and a 5-yard mark-off will make it 2nd down. And 8 to go for the Gladiators.
But Dylan, you got to catch that ball, man. That's like bragging, right? Even if it's not counted as a pick, you got to catch it. They always want to say, we're so athletic as big guys. Catch the dang ball, man.
Yeah, when you get your chance, you better not let the guys see that, all right? 2nd down play straight ahead. Coach Guy shouting out instructions to his defense just before the snap. Here's a pass caught right on the sideline, and into the dasher pad it goes. That's Jared Elmore on the receiving end, and he's about a yard shy of the first down. There's a marker down in the middle of the field. And we'll see if that pickup stands.
Belt infraction.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 23. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Take a look
right
at
in
the
the middle of the
replay.
screen. That's
I see it.
That's underneath 5 yards, man. I don't really know. He didn't grab him. What, are you supposed to just let guys run across the field unabated under 5 yards? I don't know. I'm getting soft. I used to want those calls as a quarterback. Now it's like, let him play.
Well, I'm thinking the official has a different calibration to his eye than maybe your 5 yards.
That's
set. First down play coming up from the 11-yard line. Hand off right side. Jackson takes it to the 5. And Devonte Jackson he was a whisper away from breaking that into the end zone.
I mean, the cut, if you give him too much space here, I mean, this dude has unbelievable feet. And just to be able to plant his foot and get up through that crease as fast as he did, it's scary.
So they mark him at the 6, actually, and now it's second down and 5 for the Gladiators. 5:38 on the clock here at the Footprint Center. Second quarter action. Motion, snap, quick toss right side to Devonte Jackson. He tries to cut back, but what a great tackle coming off the block on the near side, and that stop is made by Trayvon Williams, the linebacker.
He does a nice job. Watch him right in the center. He reads it, runs right through Stonem's block. Love how he kept his outside arm free so he could go ahead and attack that. It was a great job. And just beautiful linebacker play by Williams.
That was a forward pass if you saw it there on that last angle. Doesn't matter one way or the other, 2-yard gain, and we're looking at third down and 3. Third down and 3. The ball at the 4-yard line of Arizona. Davis, the ball on the ground. He throws from his knees to the back of the end zone. That is incomplete. The officials are going to talk it over. Nothing, and no call made.
No flag. There's guys in the end zone. That's a business decision. Nate Davis wants to throw the ball. He wants to stand there and throw the ball. He has another down to do that, but a bad snap, comes out short. He recovers, is able to have enough arm strength to throw it out of the back of the end zone. It's a smart play.
Well, will the Rattlers take advantage of the break they get on that play? 4th down and 3. Nate Davis will line up with 3 receivers on the wide side of the field. That's the left side. Davis looking toward the corner, now up the middle. Decides to take it himself, leans across, and that is a touchdown for the Gladiators.
That's an effort play right there by Nate Davis, and not something you expect from him, but I'm going to tell you what, this kid is extremely, extremely competitive. And you could probably time that with a sundial, but it was effective. Takes it right up the middle, makes a nice little cut back to the left, and then the effort and energy to get it over the goal line was not going to be denied. Watch him stretch it out left-handed. That's a great play by Nate Davis.
Well, there's no doubt at all.
Arizona's challenge at the ruin the field of a touchdown. The play is under review.
There's no question it took a while for that whole play to happen. We'll take a close look here on this angle and see if we can. It's definitely one worth arguing, I think. See if this angle shows it any better. Looking for the knee. Where does it go down? I think he probably came up
down first.
A little bit short.
And all the tip has to do is cross the front of it.
I think the knee comes down. The ball is maybe a foot.
It's hard to tell from this side.
A little difficult. That's the best angle we have of it. And I think the knee, I think it's short.
But you can't, I mean, is it 100% sure? Because if it's not, you can't change it, right? It has to be irrefutable evidence that
you're absolutely right. And if the officials are looking at that angle right there.
If it is short, what a great effort by Nate Davis, though.
We've got our YouTube feed, the IFL's YouTube channel, and the feed. A lot of discussion with the fans from both Arizona and Duke City going on there, and I wonder if you fans have an opinion on that. We might share one or two of your your thoughts, taking a look at your comments there. Was he stopped shy? Did he go across for the score? We're still waiting for the official to come back out. So they've looked at the video now. Now a decision will be handed down. Well, they're going to continue to talk it over. 26-21, Arizona in front of Duke City with 3:27 remaining in the second quarter.
After review, the runner was short of the goal line. The ball will be placed at the half-yard line. It'll be Duke City's ball. First and goal at that spot. The Arizona coach is not charged a timeout and has one challenge remaining.
Well, a well-spent challenge flag by Coach Guy.
Well, the fact that they could have gotten a first down within that, I mean, do you save it in your pocket? Because now, well, you still have 3 downs to play, or 4 downs now to play defense, but now you don't have that challenge. Excuse me, you do have that challenge because you want it. Well, if you don't win that challenge there at that time, I mean, because it's a first down either way, right? So they're still going to have an opportunity.
So let's see if the Rattlers defense can do something here with their backs to the wall. And 3 minutes remaining, and timeout called with 3 minutes and 1 second on the clock here in the second quarter. That is a Duke City timeout before they can get up and snap the football. Timeout taken as we close out the first half. We'll grab this timeout on our broadcast as well. Arizona in front by 5. Stand by. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Hey, Hoops fans, Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we dance to the Dome on your view.
Thanks for joining us for our broadcast coverage of the Arizona Rattlers, everybody. As we close out this first half, I want to remind you that you are listening on radio across the valley on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. KQFN Tempe, also translating on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. And at the 3:01 mark here, second quarter, toss left side. That's Jackson. He is hit right before he got to the line. It's the goal line, and it looks like they're going to mark him shy. Boy, it almost looked like he had enough to lean in, and the officials does say yes. That's a touchdown for the Gladiators.
Well, the near side official had to go all the way across and through a bunch of bodies to see it.
It was close either way, but it did look like he had the lean at the end of the run. So into the end zone goes Devonte Jackson for the Gladiators.
Yeah. Not by much. I mean, that defense is stingy. I mean, after putting up so many points in that first quarter.
Point after is up and good. And Arizona Rattler hits the deck. And I think we're going to get a marker on the Gladiators, which I believe will be
they always get the second guy. If we have that look.
The game. that 15-yard penalty be banked and enforced after the kickoff.
So Trevon Hill literally pushed him first, and he pushed him back, and when he pushed him, it was like WWE. He sold it and got the call.
We don't have a look at it right now, but unfortunate.
They always get number 2, right? And every coach has ever told you that. Do not respond. Look at the number. You come back around later. You come back around and get some later.
Take the indignity right now.
Right.
And then look for a better opportunity. Let's check in with Joe Pequeno and see what he has going on down on the field as we approach halftime. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Well, Floyd, we've gotten everything and then some in this heavyweight matchup between these two elite IFL teams. You know, going into this week, Drew Powell expected it to be a tight game. Talking to Dylan Fa'amatu, he said, look, we have to come with a seek and destroy attitude on defense. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a battle of wills. And in this game between these two offenses, it could come down to who has the ball last.
All right, Joe, thank you. The Gladiators will send the ball on the turf, carrying high into the air to the goal line, into Jamal Miles' hands. Rattlers to the near side. Miles staying on his feet, reversing field, gives up some yardage to try and gain a little more. It's going to be the net about the same. And he'll cross the 15-yard line, about the 16, where it will be first down for Arizona with 1:57 on the clock here in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, we're going to get the opportunity to speak with the owner of the Arizona Rattlers. Ron Schertz will drop into our broadcast suite and have a little discussion. That'll be coming up at halftime. Our score here, Duke City 28, Arizona 26. Thank you for joining us across the valley on Cox Cable, your View channel. Thanks for being with us, everybody. And those of you watching on the Indoor Football League's YouTube channel as well, thanks for being with us on our broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football and the start of another campaign. The drive for 7.
It's awesome. It's awesome. 2 ways to think about this here, Floyd. You try to score quick, play defense, get another possession.
Pass over the middle. That one hit the turf. It's incomplete. There's a marker that came in from the official in the middle of that traffic out there.
Illegal twist. Defense number 60 and number 5. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So the illegal twist, and if we have a look in the middle of that field on one of our replays, we'll maybe break that down. I don't know if time will allow, but let me ask you about this. On that illegal twist call, we know the infraction, we know what it is, but do they ever very often intentionally do it? It just almost seems like a guy just kind of gets out of his lane.
Or maybe a defensive end, which right here it was, Brian Cooper goes inside and your DN or your nose guard goes around him, right? Because you're kind of not paying attention. You're just scrapping trying to get there.
Incidental almost. Here's a pass over the middle with pressure. Nope, that's going to be to the pylon area of the end zone and intercepted by the Gladiators defensively. Charles Reed.
And Charles Reed gets the credit, but Jason Serta, who they're so excited to have back, was injured a year ago, was a maniac out there. But watch him bear down, does not allow Drew to sit back and really read it out. I don't like the go low part. I mean, he goes directly at his knees here. That's not good.
Kind of does.
But that interception is caused because Serta bearing down on Drew Powell. Great pressure.
So for a second time, we see an underthrow result in a Gladiator takeaway. Second interception that they have come up with. First down with a minute and a second remaining in the first half. Down the near sideline, there's a little hand fighting going on between the receiver and defender, and that's incomplete. Step for step in coverage was Kyrie Woods, and the intended receiver down that sideline Looks like that was Daryl Stoneham.
It's good idea. Taking some time to really test the rookie on the backside. And listen, the fan actually hits the ball there. Listen, you get a rookie out there, you want to test him, and especially right after a turnover, right? The aggressive teams offensively will go at you right after a turnover. They will take a shot.
Timeout has been taken here as we close out the first half. That is the final timeout that Duke City has. Arizona, by the way, with 3 timeouts remaining.
They're literally going to look and see if a fan interfered with that ball.
Okay. So what is as a fan, what are you allowed?
Well, you can't reach out into a live ball situation and grab the ball. If the ball hits the ground and bounces, you can grab it. Right? If it's a pass, it bounces. But you can't lean out over the boards where guys are trying to go out and make a play and try to get the ball.
So as a fan, I don't like that. I want to.
Okay, well, how about you lean over and get your face busted open by a helmet?
Okay, that part I like even less.
Okay, well, right. Which one would you like?
Hey, listen, I think I suffered 3 concussions playing high school football. All right, that was with a helmet on, huh?
I don't even know how many. I probably didn't have any. I'll just say that. Let's just go with that answer.
Yeah, quite sure of that.
But watch right at the end down here as the ball comes down.
Hold on, let's get the officials' indication.
After review, number 45 was not down to stance on the snap. This is illegal defense. It's a 5-yard penalty being forced at the previous spot. It'll be first down. Duke City is not charged a timeout and has 1 challenge remaining.
Okay, so Duke City was not charged a timeout on that play, but I think they had spent their final timeouts before that. We'll see what that number ends up being. Well, they weren't even looking at the fan interference.
They were not. They were not. But right on the end, Hill on the outside gets off the ball a little bit early.
Hey, we might be able to see exactly what the fan did on this angle. We'll take one more look at the replay. The fan kind of reached out there and got himself a handful of football.
He's got 1 PBU on the season.
I'm just going to say he needs to come down with that ball if he's going to get involved. Here's a great play in the backfield again. How do you like the play off the near side by Trevon Hill?
He's been electric and new to the game, but understanding angles. And you cannot leave a guy like him unblocked. You've got to stay a little longer. If you're the guard on the backside, before you go to the next level, you cannot leave him unblocked. He's too quick. We've already seen that earlier in the game. You've got to get up to that next level, but you've got to hold him off a little bit longer.
It looks like a complete breakdown in responsibility deep down the left sideline. Davis's pass is out of bounds. That was over everybody's head. Back in coverage, Dylan Winfrey.
That's a throwaway. Good coverage. Everybody staying home for the Rattlers. And you'll look for them to turn it loose right here. They've got the young Robert Landers out of Ohio State playing on the left end. Fa'amatu in the middle. Trevon Hill on the right side. And they'll be getting after it.
No timeouts remain in the half for the Gladiators. They are looking at 3rd down and 7. And 15 seconds remaining till intermission. After motion, Davis throws to the near sideline out of bounds. So now it'll be 4th down and 7. And do they have the leg to kick it from this distance?
I'm not trying to kick with those guys in the push up front. That's a gimme touchdown. You're never going to get that kick off. We've already seen what happened on their first extra point attempt. It was kicked 2 feet off the ground.
Well, coach was thinking they might do it because he was trying to get Jamal Miles onto the field to.
They're not kicking this ball.
Maybe return it.
No way.
That doesn't look like it. 11 seconds remain. Nate Davis is going to take a snap in the gun.
We might just throw it out quick to one of his big receivers and allow them to run with it.
From the 7-yard line. And that pass underthrown will leave time on the clock. And the Rattlers are going to have the ball at the Duke City 7. And
Nate Davis is down.
He took a hit. He remains on the turf.
And they're low shots. Low shots, but listen, I go back to the last Rattler possession on the interception. Serta hit Drew Powell in the knees as well. So it's almost like, you play softball, partner? You hit up the middle at the pitcher. Guess what? The middle of the field, the middle's open. You can hit the pitcher with the ball, right?
That's true.
Same thing here. They did the same thing Serta did to Drew Powell.
Came in low, didn't it?
And then you'll see on this one, the last two plays, they were close, but this one on the blitz, and that's why I don't like, and that's actually not intentional. That's off the cut. I don't like cutting on 5-step for that reason right there. You've got to stay up and protect. And, the coaches want a low hit here, but this is on the back. He goes to cut low and doesn't go up. You can't cut on 5-step, man. I'm a firm believer in that. I didn't like it when I played. I've had a few of those. You cannot cut on 5-step drop if you're the back.
Let's hope that Nate is going to be okay. He's going to require help to get off the field. And you never want to see that. He is one of the stars in this league, and we have a tremendous amount of respect for Nate Davis. What he has accomplished, and watched him twice last year and in the regular season and then the playoffs as we got to cover them here in Phoenix against the Rattlers. And you never want to see a guy walked off the field like that, and especially a guy that, is, in my opinion, just every day comes out and takes snaps. He raises the level of this league, and you want to see him back.
Fantastic. I got a chance to spend some time with him when I was in Albuquerque. Great dude. Spend a lot of time with him. Understands the game, loves teaching. He works with kids, trying to train kids on how to be better players. But you never want to see that from anyone.
So 8 seconds remain till halftime. The Rattlers do have 3 timeouts, so if they can get a quick play off and it doesn't spend 8 seconds, if they don't get into the end zone, they've got a timeout to spend. Drew's got to throw the ball, and he gets rid of it with 3 seconds. 3 seconds remaining here in the half. Gets wrapped up.
See, Drew forgot about, this time he forgets about Malik Williams down the sideline again. Sends him in motion. He's your last go-to guy. He's your check down. Throw the ball to him.
Well, Drew knows that he had an opportunity lost right there, and Coach Guy let him know about it as well.
Look at what Williams is open. Nobody around him up the right side on the swing route. And they're going to bring Ernesto Lukayo out to try a field goal here. And that's the right call. Ball didn't go past the line of scrimmage. But again, the effort from Jason Serta bringing the heat downhill.
So what I don't understand is what is taking so much time on the field right now. The Rattlers have not called a timeout. At least it has not been officially assessed against them. We didn't catch the officials' words just a moment ago. Second down play, and Ernesto Lukayo to try a 33-yard field goal. That would put the Rattlers in front going into halftime. Emery Croft, the holder. And Chris McAllister's snap is high. Croft brings it down. Lukayo.
That's a great job by Demery Croft.
It through. Wow.
Demery Croft using all 6'5" long arms to get that ball down.
I have no idea how he made that, how that whole thing happened. From having to go up and get that snap, the officials are talking to the coaches for some reason, and it doesn't look like it's going to amount to anything. The referee was talking to Jeff Jarnigan, and now that's all. Doesn't have a lot of importance to the outcome of the first half. 29-28, the Rattlers in front. Let's throw it to Joe Pequeno.
Coach, big stop at the end of the first half. Ernesto gives you the lead. Your thoughts on the defense coming up big?
Yeah, we started playing better defense. We got into a trike meet early. We kind of settled down. We got to settle down on offense. I understand we got some new pieces. It's first game of the year, trying to learn how to play together, but we got to start making some, having some better decisions here.
You kind of talk about that, Drew, with a couple first half picks, cannot capitalize inside the red zone. Your thoughts on his first half play?
Well, I mean, listen, we're not going to point the finger at anybody. I mean, everybody, when the guys around him start playing better, he'll start playing better. So I got to call better plays. We all got to play better. So we'll settle down. We got the ball first second half. That was big there. We'll see if they bring their quarterback back out. If they don't, we got to put a foot on the gas pedal.
Thank you very much, Coach. And Floyd, by the way, I had a chance to talk to Duke City wide receiver Dello Davis. He told me that if Nate Davis cannot get back in the game, well, guess who takes over at quarterback? It'll be Dello Davis under center.
All right, Joe, thank you. That's,
oh, boy.
That's a headline right there for you.
I mean,
listen, he's going to be dynamic taking snaps. It's going to be hard to get your arms wrapped around him. The question is, if needed, what's his forward pass game like? And I guess we'll find out.
We will find out.
We'll see.
Great athlete. We shall see.
And I would say that, in the spirit of sportsmanship and of course, the kind of character and class that this Arizona Rattlers organization has, we want to see Nate Davis back on this field. So
100%.
All right, folks, we'll grab a timeout. It's halftime. We'll talk to the owner of the Arizona Rattlers, Ron Schertz, coming up in a few moments. Our score at the break, Arizona 29, the Duke City Gladiators 28. Back with halftime here. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Back into it. We're back at the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. This is the Snake Pit, everybody, and it's halftime here on Game 1, opening game of the season for the Arizona Rattlers here in 2022. They take on the Duke City Gladiators, a team that they're familiar with, a team that they had to slip by in the semifinals last year. What an exciting game here at the Footprint Center, and that earned Arizona a chance to go to the United Bowl, the championship game last season. Welcome back in, everybody. I'm Floyd Simmons. We'll break it down for you here at halftime in a moment. Our halftime score, Arizona 29, Duke City 28. Welcome back in, and let's take a look at the owner of the Arizona Rattlers and say hi to Ron Schertz. Mr. Schertz, how are you doing?
Thank you very much. Thanks. You guys doing a great job, and thanks for last year. And you know, it was a really cool year last year, and we had a chance to close that damn thing out last year, right? So this is a good opportunity to start that off.
Well, listen, you know, you've been the owner for a period of time now that has seen, listen, since the team joined the Indoor Football League in 2017, have not failed to get to the United Bowl each season. And while the last two haven't been the outcomes you want, it says a lot about this organization.
Well, it just says a lot about Kevin Guy. I mean, just the whole thing from what he does every day and what the organization in general and the tone that's been set from the very beginning when I bought with Kevin. Kevin and I were, really in partners in theory from day one, and then we decided to make the move to the IFL and said, you know what, let's continue this tradition. So it's been really fun, and now the league's actually starting to flourish a little bit too, so which is kind of fun to see.
Talking with the owner of the Arizona Rattlers, Ron Schuritz, and a number of changes, and it happens because there are rules in place in the IFL that don't allow seasoned veterans, as many of those seasoned veterans, to hang on. They want to see a lot of turnover. They want to be a developmental league for other leagues out there, some of the leagues that we know about. But with those changes and some coaching changes this year, this Arizona Rattlers team seems I think they may have upgraded from last year. No disrespect, great guys that were on the team. Your thoughts on a new team for 2022?
Well, I'm not that close to it, as you know, but I think the concept is that the opportunity for this works for Kevin Guy, right? In the sense that Kevin can bring these new guys in and the coaching staff can get these guys to play. And I think that's an advantage that Rattlers have had since we've been in the league and can continue to be an advantage. And so the other thing is the league allows the league to not have one team. Back in the day in the NFL, we're like, okay, let's get some across the board competitiveness and have some mediocrity in theory, right? So that's kind of what the conversation around the league is there, and Kevin does a nice job of that.
So if you're going to have a dynasty, it's not going to be because you have the same guys on the roster for 10 years in a row.
That's the concept, right? It's just like, hey, let's just be competitive. Let's get a team that can run there at and win 10 games and still get to the bowl game and every single year and be different. And can you coach them up? And that's kind of Kevin's expertise, obviously.
Ron, I'm looking around. Great crowd here tonight. I mean, the Rattler Nation came out, and they have filled the place up nicely, and of course, lots of great support. Are you proud of what this team means to its fan base in the Valley?
No question. And obviously the front office people, right, and our partnership with the Suns to help us manage, the tickets and everybody, and then Kevin and his team, driving traffic here, and our fans. I mean, it's the best, obviously, in the league, right? This is a no-brainer for us. We would expect this and have expected it for years, and expected in particular since I bought the team back in 2011. So yeah, we're just excited to see it.
Well, you got to be happy. I mean, things going well. It's bound to be another great year. I think there's an upgrade to the roster quality overall, and maybe even a more athletic and talented team in pretty much every facet. So looking ahead, blue skies.
Blue skies. We got to get this one done tonight, and I think just tonight, we get a couple of those first two touchdowns right.
Yeah.
Offense doesn't hit the field really to speak of, right, and get a couple quick plays there, and just the play here at the end of the game. That's just Kevin Guy football. We just figure out a way, right, and we haven't played great tonight, but just figure out a way to grind it out and see what happens. Right?
Clock management is such a big deal in this league. Hey, before I let you go, looking at the rest of the league, the new team in Las Vegas, got to see them pick up a victory in their first ever game in the league. You've got a new team in San Diego. It's growing, and it seems like the health of this league is as good as ever.
Well, and again, I'm not that close to it, but I can tell you that the quality of the ownership, that Vegas ownership, that's legit. I mean, they've got a bunch of businesses. They're successful, and obviously the NHL ownership there, and start to have that influence. And pretty soon, people are looking at, can they have another product inside of their building? And I'll tell you what, that's where this thing starts to pencil for those guys that have the infrastructure already, and they're like, okay, can we pluck a team someplace else and plug it in here? And that's the sky's kind of the limit for this situation. And Todd's doing a great job as commissioner too, so we're excited about that.
Do you have as much fun at a game as the rest of these folks are having out there?
I do. I brought my 2-year-old tonight, Jackson. Yeah, so his first time, he's a COVID baby. So for him to walk around and see this tonight was pretty special for us.
That's terrific. All right, great job. Ron Schuritz, the head coach, the owner.
I've been all the above.
The head coach of the head coach, the owner of the Arizona Rattlers, joining us here. Our halftime score, Arizona 29, the Duke City Gladiators 28. That last second field goal puts Arizona in front. Second half on the way in a bit. I'll be joined again by Cedric Bonner in a moment to break it down. Don't go anywhere. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Googly moogly. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How many times can I say, oh, yeah?
It's time to get inspired with Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration. Host Jane Klaus shares with you the fascinating places, unique activities, and useful services found across our state. From crafting projects to dining destinations to suggestions for your next getaway. Learn how to get the most out of your Arizona lifestyle. Watch Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration. Sunday and Tuesday evening only on YourView or streaming at yourview.com.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Hey, back in here at halftime at the Footprint Center, everybody. And our halftime score, Arizona 29, Duke City 28. It's Arizona Rattlers football. And a game that is just every bit what you expected it to be when we got this thing rolling. Two very fine football teams, and the outcome, predictable. A one-point game at halftime. And this is a game that saw a very slow start for the Rattler offense. Really didn't get a chance to play almost that entire first quarter, but here they are, 1 point lead.
And they've scored a bunch of different ways. That's what's the crazy thing. Special teams, defense. Yet a lot of rookies, a lot of these young guys that Coach Guy is so high on. Trevin Hill, Brandon Ezel. All these guys made plays in that first half, and he's got to be excited about that. And I do understand where he's coming from on the offense of getting cleaner, not getting points down in the red zone, turning it over. Can't happen.
The football toss going on the field, and fun for the fans here at the Footprint Center. Fun for Joe Pequeno as well, as he tries to avoid getting nailed with one of those footballs.
Dodge him, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Floyd, just a few moments ago, Arizona Rattlers kicker Ernesto Lukayo, he was working on his craft. A little bit of a rough first half for Ernesto as he's going to step back on the field. But last year he had a great season, and he's coming back for another championship run with the Arizona Rattlers. Now, in the offseason, he spent time in Mexico. He spent time with his family. He trained, and he enjoyed one of his favorite hobbies, working and restoring cars. He got into it when he was very young. His uncle left him a '76 Volkswagen bus that he restored. So he fell in love with it. He worked on cars with his dad and tinkered on cars all the time. Now, this offseason, he got and restored a 71 Volkswagen Baja Bug that he rides to practice. And Ernesto is such a good guy, he gives his teammates oil changes and car maintenance for nothing. So not only is he one of the best kickers in the IFL, you can also say he's the Arizona Rattlers team mechanic.
I don't know, Cedric Bonner, back in your days, did you do the same thing? Were you...
No, I'm not inclined, so I could give him rides, maybe take him to lunch, do some stuff like that. I'm not mechanically inclined. I knew how to change oil and all that, but not like that. Ernesto's a very unique individual, man. I follow him on social media. He's extremely unique, a guy that works very hard at his craft. He loves and understands how fortunate he is to be in a position he's in and takes full advantage of it. Great guy.
Remember, before he had come to Arizona, his career record as a player against Arizona, I don't know how many?
0 for
30 or something.
It was
like
0 for.
That. I mean, he had lost every time against the team, and every time was a lot of the time. But here he is now wearing the copper and the black and getting it done with Arizona. And I believe that we've got another opportunity to speak with the head coach, Kevin Guy. Joe Pequeno, there you go.
Thank you, Floyd. Coach, what was the message to the players at halftime?
Well, we just got to execute. You know, we had a really weird first quarter. You know, as a quarterback, you don't ever want to start the game many possessions sitting on the sideline, right? And they went down, scored. It looked like I don't know if they squibbed it and hit Day. They did a very athletic play, picked it up, and we scored on kickoff return. So when that happens, our offense is just sitting, and sometimes they can put you in a funk. We just need to settle down, execute, get in rhythm, get back to playing Rattler football.
Coach, if Nate Davis can't play the second half, they would go to Dello Davis under center. How do you see that transition for your defense at quarterback?
Pretty good. I like that. Yeah, thanks. There you go.
Coach likes it. He likes it. He likes it a lot.
I don't know. What did that tell you? What did that tell you, Cedric?
That's hilarious, man.
He would not be voting against it. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. Listen, everybody would love to see, and even the Rattler fans, these are some of the best fans in all of football. I don't care what level, what league. They're dedicated. They love the game, but they want their team to beat you with your best on the field, period. That's just the way this fan base is built.
Well, I think the same goes for anybody that really loves sport. We're going to grab one quick timeout, everybody. We'll be back to start the second half in a moment. Arizona 29, Duke City 28. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less-than-perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
Join Jane Klaus on Creative Living as she shares fun and inspiring ideas for enriching your life. From DIY tips to unique adventures for the family, Creative Living showcases it all. Peek inside the kitchen at a local restaurant, preview popular travel destinations, or discover an exciting new hobby. Watch Creative Living Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday only on YourView and YourView.com. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do.
Hey, welcome back in, everybody. A look at Nate Davis working it out. And we'll see if he is able to make it back into the Duke City lineup as we get set for the second half here in just a moment.
When I first saw the play, I was like, stay up, but it was unintentional. Linebacker was cut as he was going in to rush, and Trayvon Williams, it wasn't his fault. He was cut. You cannot cut on a five-step drop. I fought with an offensive coordinator about that for almost half a season after getting hit in the knee just about every other play for allowing guys to do that. Finally, I had to tell the dudes, in the middle of the field, you cannot cut on a five-step drop.
So how many times did you let him cut before you handed down the edict
1 or 2.
That's all it took.
And the second one put me out of the game.
We don't like that. Here's the opening kick for the second half. That's going to go into the stands. The Rattlers are going to have the football to start this second half, leading 29-28 over the Duke City Gladiators. Arizona, after that disappointing loss in the United Bowl to Massachusetts last year, a game that they let slip through their hands.
I mean, a couple costly turnovers, but just a flat-out dogfight that game was. You talk about heavyweights going at it, and that guy played like a warrior. Took a beating. Drew Powell played like a warrior.
He really did, didn't he? Physical game, and Drew was tough to the end for sure, but Massachusetts, the now reigning champions of the Indoor Football League. Powell pumps, throws, and it's incomplete. Well, he was intending it, throwing it in the direction of Todd Athey, but that wasn't very catchable. And an incomplete pass. That'll bring up second down and 10. The Rattlers working from their own 12-yard line. The opening second half possession, you heard Coach Guy talking about getting the ball first in the second half coming up.
Well, here's the problem. We talked about it, but the non-rhythm of the offense. You spent over 7 minutes of the first quarter on the bench. Didn't even get a touch, so it's been tough to get that feel.
Fake it, and up the middle. Couple of nice
and he just
tackle aversions by Drew Powell, and he'll run for the first down. Almost had it taken right out of his hands.
What, that was a tremendous play by Robert Brown, who almost steals this ball.
How did he not end up with the ball?
Because he hits him right on the ball. You see him coming from all the way across the field and pulling it out, but never gets his left hand on it.
What does that say about how strong Drew Powell is?
Well, he tell you what, man, he runs with a passion and an energy.
Boy, from this angle, it looked like it was coming out. First down play as the ball goes to the 23-yard line. Handoff. That's Williams. And Malik Williams with his first carry of the second half will take it across the 25-yard line. Modest gain. It brings up second down and about 7 for the Rattlers. 12:45 on the clock here in the third period. And Arizona has the 29-28 lead.
Well, I think that's some of the things you're going to have to do. Make this defense work sideline to sideline a little bit. Show them everything, make them account for everything, but
fake the handoff and an illegal procedure call on the offense.
False start. Offense, number 5, 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
And Todd Athey, the kid that they're high on as well, played up in Northern Arizona last year, 27 receptions, 9 touchdowns. Young kid, good size, and that was one of the things that Coach Guy wanted to do. He wanted to go a little bit bigger at the receiver. At some point, they would love to get Harrington back because he just is so dynamic and really understands and has that relationship with Drew, but he wanted to go bigger at the receiver spot.
Lines up on the right, and Drew Powell was running all the way through the middle of that defense. The stiff arm at the end and across the 15-yard line for another Rattlers first down. That'll be a gain of about 17 on the play and a first down for Arizona.
And a good open field tackle there by Dexter Reese. But you see it's a clean draw. And once he gets into that second level, I mean, you're in trouble. Because he tends to be just a little quicker. If you time the minute 40, you'd be like, okay. But when he's running around on the field in the middle of game action, he is fast as he needs to be.
Game speed. Athey in motion on the left side of the formation. Here's a quick little flip out right side to Braxton Haley. And Braxton will get knocked down near the 5-yard line. He is short of the first down. Back on Athey for a moment. You mentioned he comes over, joins this team, joins the Rattlers after playing last year for Northern Arizona. He took the longest route to get from Prescott Valley to Phoenix and join the team because he had a short pit stop with Spokane.
Very short.
If I'm not mistaken. He went and joined, and he was part of the Spokane team for a very short period of time before they had to fold, and then he came down and joined Arizona.
Well, that's too bad. That's one of the better markets
No question about that. That was a
football.
long way to get here. Here's a give to Malik Williams. He crosses the 5-yard line. 4-yard gain down to the 2. And it'll be first and goal for the Rattlers.
Tough run. You know, the Rattlers have been known for having big backs. Daryl Monroe, Nick Lassane. And right here, Malik Williams just grinding and grinding. Good part about this, love the way he takes care of the football. Doesn't leave it hanging out, but is running tight to his body.
And the ball is at the 2-yard line. Arizona has it, first and goal. Stretch it to the left side. Not much there for Williams. He might have got, well, maybe a half a yard. Didn't get much out of it. Good tackle made.
Jason Serta, man, I tell you what, he's got some quicks. Watch him beat him to the edge. Lamar Mady tries to get off, but he can't. That's a little bit of a, what they call a nose or end hold. You hold on to that left lineman there so he can't get out onto the next level. It's a smart play out there, Brian Cooper, but they didn't see it, so they didn't make the call.
Serta the tackle. Second down and goal, about the same spot. 2-yard line, handoff left side. Williams will follow his bigs into the end zone. That's a Rattlers touchdown.
Just line up all that beef on the left side and go right back to it, stretch play. And if you're the defense, you cannot just sell out because you got to be worried about Drew Powell naked bootlegging out of there off of that stretch play.
Touchdown comes at 8:48 on the clock here, or just before that. Here in the third period, a running clock. You know, the games they play in the Indoor Football League, part of the reason they're so exciting is they do escalate the pace of the game. And it certainly helps make this as fun as you can get a brand of football. Here's the point after by Lukayo, up and good. And the Rattlers jump out to an 8-point lead. Arizona 36, Duke City 28. Back in a moment with more Arizona Rattlers football.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
With Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration. Host Jane Clouse shares with you the fascinating places, unique activities, and useful services found across our state. From crafting projects to dining destinations to suggestions for your next getaway. Learn how to get the most out of your Arizona lifestyle. Watch Arizona Living, your home, your inspiration. Sunday and Tuesday evening only on YourView or streaming at yourview.com.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Hold on a second. Is that a little baby shark going on?
It is.
Well,
the kids are still awake. It's a beautiful Saturday night.
A little bit of everything in
Nothing
Phoenix.
wrong with a little baby shark.
Hey, there you go. Hey, listen, I got to tell you, I am most impressed, Cedric, that we got a great crowd. I know maybe we'll get a camera shot, pan some of that crowd here we've got at the Footprint Center. We have a great crowd tonight. It's spring training, man.
It is.
I mean, after the lockout in baseball, to get this kind of turnout tonight, to me, impressive. Rattler Nation, here's the kick from Lukayo. And midway into the end zone fielded back there. That is not Dello Davis. Not Dello. That was, Chapman on the return. Roderick Chapman brings it out, and he's out to about the 9-yard line. First down, and let's have a look. And there's Nate Davis making his way onto the field. So it looks like Big Nate's going to be okay and give it a go here to start the second half for the Gladiators.
Tell you, he's as tough as they come. And listen, they don't carry a backup quarterback, so to speak. They use those positions for another player. They do not carry a backup quarterback outside of another position player. We heard Joe talk about Dello Davis being the QB. I don't think Dello Davis wanted any of that smoke. I wouldn't want it if I was wide receiver.
Let's talk after this play about the philosophy then that governs that for Duke City, because on the other side, there are 3 quarterbacks on the roster for Arizona.
Well, just 2 now.
2 on game day.
Correct.
Gotcha. Demery Croft backing up Drew Powell. But meanwhile, Nate Davis hands off, and that is Devonte Jackson getting knocked into the wall, pinballed out there. First down, though. First down on a gain of 11 yards.
I mean, how did he get 11 yards? Look, I mean, he just makes guys miss in a short area. He's got such good quickness.
Pretty good job by Kyrie Woods to get that tackle. And he was inches away from allowing Jackson to break one much bigger. Ball at the 15-yard line. 7:11 on the clock, third period. Motion to the line. Handoff. Jackson again, and this time he gets knocked for a loss on the play. Loss of a yard. And right up the middle, Devonte Merriweather making the play.
Yeah, then you also got your guy 45. We called his name a lot, Trevon Hill, coming down the edge, finishing the play off.
Well, I guess I
look at the bookends outside, and that's just because Chris McAllister is so long and rangy. He looks like he should be a defensive back, right? But super explosive, a guy that can rush the passer.
Both Chris and Trayvon combining on that. Second down, 11. And that pass caught near the sideline.
Great timing.
And that'll be good. Jared Elmore hauls it in for his second catch of the day. And he is into Rattlers territory with a first down.
That's just too easy. And Elmore, 46 receptions a year ago, 15 touchdowns, big part of this offense. But you see the nice speed cut, the nice out route, and a lot of people don't throw that route on this field because it's so small. There's not a lot of space, but beautiful throw with great timing. Trust between quarterback and receiver to get that ball out.
Ball resting at the Arizona 24-yard line. Davis puts him in motion, hands off to Jackson, stutter step in the backfield. Bounces off one guy, but he gets hit right there at the dasher pad. This time it is Merriweather coming up to apply the hit that stops him, but there's a marker down.
Watch the patience as he hits his hole, but I believe they're going to get a hold.
Holding, offense, number 56. 10-yard penalty, it's first down.
Isaac Jackson, the center. Watch number 56 right in the center. Doesn't run his feet. If he gets his feet across, see, kind of pulls and stops. And that's a good job of continuing to try to play through that by Robert Landers. Number 67 for the Rattlers, another young rookie they love. We see him fighting through that.
Ball marked back to the 20-yard line. It'll be first down to 15. Want to thank Nova Home Loans, our exclusive replay sponsor with Arizona Rattlers football. Nova Home Loans. Rattlers 36, Gladiators 28. And we'll play first down all over again. Dump it over the top of that defense. Jackson hauls it in, across the 20. He's got first down yardage, and he stays on his feet to the 11-yard line. Big pickup on the play. That's a 19-yard gain on the pass play.
This is a good job. Just a tailback release. Get all the receivers down the field running routes, and watch them just slip through the line of scrimmage. And good touch throw by Nate Davis. And you watch every play they've run so far has been in order to keep Nate out of trouble, right? No one's bearing down on him. He's got the timing route on the out route, right? He throws the ball out of his hands. They've run it, done a nice job using the back. But they're not going to allow you. He already got rid of the ball quickly. They're not going to allow you to get close now.
Movement up front. Rattlers pointing in the direction of the offense, and I believe that will be your call.
Ball start. Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Zach Fondal. Fondal has done an okay job, but the guy he's going against, Trevin Hill, has been outstanding tonight. Has been explosive. Get a little loud. Worried about that guy getting off on you. Look at the top side of the screen, number 60. Just takes a little bit too long, and he is ready to go.
It's a long time to stay in that stance, isn't it?
I mean, he's only 6'5", 320.
Your body's going to move you one way or the other. 4 minutes remain, third period. And Davis throws over the middle, right into coverage, and a terrific defensive play to deflect it. That is Brandon Izell making another good defensive play in the secondary for the Rattlers. Incomplete.
Well, he went to the wrong guy here, right? There's two guys covering this dig route. You got to choose one of the man-to-man opportunities. And you had one going across the field with Jared Elmore, but look, there's two players right there. Well, that's just lockdown coverage by the Rattlers. And where's Dello Davis? Is he on the field?
He is, yeah. He's gonna.
I'm just saying, like, does he have a catch? Early in the game, first play of the game.
Yeah, good point. Dello Davis has not shown up the way he normally does. And throwing across.
Play. Nope, that's coming back.
That's
a pick play by Dello Davis.
It's completed to Greg Dent.
I saw it before it happened.
Well, Greg Dent did haul the pass in, but not for long.
And this one
pass interference. Offense, number 0. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's second down.
As much as they're not going to like it, watch up to the top of the screen. Watch Dello Davis go right there, sit down, and pick. He doesn't just stop, but he actually goes and turns away from the ball into the defender. You get a better look at it here. The outside part of the screen, right there. And then the receiver comes underneath wide open. Got to do a better job of disguising, right? You can't stop and square up with him. Maybe slow down and keep running. So he has to run through you, but you got to do a better job disguising.
2:45 on the clock, third period. Davis looking right. And he'll throw against the grain. A nice pass delivered down the sideline. It's caught near the goal line, but short of a first down by about a yard. On the receiving end was Daryl Stoneham.
This is a good job. Good throw by Nate Davis right here on the move. Defender's back's turned. Never sees it. But again, the coverage has been outstanding. Do a good job by Trayvon Williams to take away that little bench route on the backside. Force Nate to go elsewhere with it. Make him move around. He's hobbled a little bit. But he just battles and makes a great play there.
Third down play on the way for the Gladiators. And that one is going to be buried in the backfield. Merriweather comes through, and Devonte, this time accurate on the call. Chris McAllister was there to help.
Well, Chris McAllister set the edge. Look at 31 right to the right side of the screen. See how he forces outside? So there's nowhere to go. He does not allow himself to be hooked by Josiah Hunter. And that's just being quick off the ball and understanding, and a great play call, great defensive call by KG.
How about this, fourth down, 4th and 3. Ball at the 4-yard line of Arizona. We've seen this situation before today. Davis snaps, pumps, looks left, now over the middle, and that pass is incomplete to Dello Davis. The coverage was pretty tight. Is that Woods on the coverage? I think it was. Yes. Kyrie Woods providing the coverage and the big stop on defense by Arizona.
Yeah, there's no separation there. And listen, you got to understand they're going to force you to play. That's a good job up front. Nate tries to give him a chance, and he's draped on him, but they're not going to make that call.
Really, that's a terrific defensive play.
He's right there. He didn't grab or pull, but he stayed right in the hip pocket.
Kyrie Woods comes up with the play for Arizona. They've got the takeaway. And in this league, if you can win the takeaway battle, you win football games. Flip right side to Jamal Miles. He crosses the line of scrimmage. And they'll mark him at the 7-yard line at the end of it. Is that the first time we've seen Jamal get the ball today?
Well, outside of a kick return. He's one of those guys that you have to have just because he can line up in the backfield and run tailback. He can run so many different positions, and if you need him to, he can turn around and play defense as well. Very versatile.
Snap to Powell. Over the middle he goes, and a sliding catch by Haley across the 20-yard line. He pulls it in. That's a big gain. That is a 14-yard pickup and an Arizona first down. Let's throw it on the field. Joe Pequeno.
Floyd here with Kyrie Woods. Kyrie, talk about that outstanding defensive stand. First Day on the run stop, and then you stop Dello Davis on 4th down.
Yes, sir.
You gotta go. Get out here!
Well, that's just that quickly. An interview in the IFL can turn on its ears. And the ball, help me out here. We're flipping sides at the end of the quarter. So let's grab us a timeout, everybody. 4th quarter on the way, and a good one. And we're going to come down to the wire in Phoenix. Arizona 36, the Duke City Gladiators 28. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less-than-perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
From the timeouts, we begin the 4th quarter, everybody. Our score, Arizona 36 and the Duke City Gladiators 28. Arizona Rattlers football. Thanks for joining us on the IFL's YouTube channel. Thanks for watching our broadcast as well on Cox Cable, on the YourView channel. And straight up the middle goes Drew Powell on this first down, and we start the 4th quarter, everybody. I also want to say thanks for listening across the valley on local radio on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. KQFN Tempe, also translating on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, and K240EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. So if you have to get away from the screen, if you're in the car driving around, make sure you tune in 1580 The Fanatic. The 4th quarter begins. Motion to the line. Powell's got the snap. Pass caught over the middle. And that's Jamal Miles handling the ball to the 21-yard line, short of a first down. Gain of 6 on the play for Arizona.
And that's how you get Drew Powell in rhythm, right? You'd love to be able to dial those up early, but we talked about them not being on the field for the first quarter. But just 4 minutes, so there was no chance for them to be able to get out there and get things going. Now you're trying to get your quarterback settled down in the passing game while still being smart, trying to finish this game and put positive plays together through the air for him.
Powell drops, throws over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of the defender. Nearly an interception. There's a marker down on the play.
Well, he's given the business to the O-lineman, but they're running 4 blitzers. And watch your back check out. This ball should immediately go to the fullback right there. Right, he's still looking upfield. You got to understand that there's nobody to cover him. The ball should go immediately to the fullback. I know you want to go elsewhere, but there.
First warning of the game for an umpire pick by the offense. The result of the play was an incomplete pass. It's 4th down.
And they've continued to bring pressure at the right time on 3rd down.
Well, big 4th down play coming up now here for Arizona.
Yeah, and Jason Serta's done a nice job of forcing the issue. He's at times has been a little out of control coming through there, but he is forcing the issue. You have to give him credit for applying that pressure.
4th down, a long 2. And they'll flip it left side to Jamal Miles. He's got first down yardage. Jamal down to the 16-yard line, gain of 5. Move the chains for the Rattlers, and we check in with Joe. Hey, Joe.
Floyd, if first you don't succeed, you try again here with Rattlers defensive back Kyrie Woods. Kyrie, talk about the great defensive stand. First, Day on the run stop, and then you stop Dello Davis on 4th down.
Shout out to Coach Guy with the excellent call. Everybody did their jobs to a T. I just happened to make a play, and really helped us out.
Kyrie, talk about playing in your hometown. You played your high school ball at Chandler High. You won a couple state championships here, and now you're playing in your backyard.
Yeah, just being back home, seeing all my family and friends at the game. It's an amazing feeling. I haven't played in 2 years, so I'm really just blessed to be here.
Kyrie Woods, excited and happy to be part of the Arizona Rattlers Nation, guys.
So Drew Powell is able to take it around the left side. You saw there on your screen, and he gets upended.
This is one of those ones where he's a little out of control when he comes on the blitz. You cannot be out of control when you attack Drew Powell. You've got to be under control. But Jason Serta, man, this guy knows one way to play, and that is all out. Full tilt. Gets him in some trouble on that one as Drew Powell's able to escape outside and make a play.
Stop just shy of the first down. Ball at the 8-yard line of Duke City. 2nd down play. Fake it. Powell has it, first down. And Powell is going to drive the defender toward the goal line. He might have gone out just shy. He hit the wall before he got there. But that just shows you what makes Drew Powell so valuable to the Arizona Rattlers.
His strength and competitiveness. I mean, when he turns the corner on this and lays the thunder and just drives Chapman through. And I'm not so sure. Maybe Chapman was on the wall, but he's in contact with him, so he's out of bounds on the wall. That's a strong run.
I believe that was that Byron Cooper also that came over, peeled off, and laid a hit on Drew at the end. I mean, Drew just powers through it all. He takes a lot of abuse, and he doesn't seem like he's getting abused much. Hey, that ball is going to be loose.
There's going to be a snap infraction. There is a piece on this football.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
And that's why sometimes you'll see guys and they'll miss snap it, but there is a slick section on that ball. He double snapped it. That was hilarious right there. That was funny.
Listen, offensive linemen will do the darndest things.
But they are some of the smartest guys on the field. They're not the smartest guys.
There's no doubt about that.
Definitely the most witty. They're smart guys, man. That was great. He double snapped it. I tried to snap it with one hand, so then I went to two hands on the second one. Didn't work out for me.
10:41 remaining in the game. Arizona 36. Duke City 28. The Gladiators, a bit of a drought offensively. Here is the flip to Williams. He goes across the 5-yard line. Williams to about the, you're gonna make him at the 3, I think. Yeah. And that'll be a second down coming up.
Talk about them being a little bit of a drought. Williams is down.
Well, that is an ugly moment right now for sure, and a lot of pain for Malik Williams. Grabbing that right leg. Take a look at it again.
I think it was the cut. Once he made the cut and kind of planted on that right foot.
Well, we don't know the extent, but we're certainly going to be hopeful here. And
it's just an awkward plant right here. You'll see it right as he cuts back inside on the left, right there. Right there, boom.
Yeah, it's that right foot ankle area. And he got up, he got to his feet, he got a little bit of an applause from the crowd, but then he couldn't keep going. So he is going to require the assistance of the entire training staff to get off the field, and let's all say a little prayer for Malik Williams.
Yeah, definitely don't want to see that. Young guy they were extremely high on. You know, you lose Daryl Monroe, you lose a Nick Lassane, and you feel like you've got your answer.
Well, that's going to start to put a lot of the weight of the offense, I think, in the last 10 minutes of this game for the Rattlers on Jamal Miles.
Well, you move Jamal to tailback, and you bring Todd Athey in at that extra receiver spot. He knows all 3 spots. So that's how you got to roll. And Jamal Miles, we talked about him being versatile. A few games last year he had to fill in at the tailback spot. Did a nice job. He is extremely versatile, and he might be a smaller guy, but he can run with physicality, and he's extremely smart, does a nice job in the passing game protecting as well.
Well, the other thing, of course, it becomes obvious that Drew Powell is going to probably step up his running
jumbo
involvement
package,
in the offense.
They weren't all set, and that's on Drew. You've got to give an extra count, especially when you're going up with any exotic formations.
They did try to catch
It's second down.
Pardon me on that. They did try to catch the defense snapping just a bit coming out, breaking from the huddle, but
well, they had Dylan Fa'amatu in. They had a big package in there. McAllister's in there.
Well, the big boys are going to leave now.
Yeah, they're going to go regular offense. You got a little more space.
Second down and goal for the Rattlers, working from the Gladiator 8-yard line. Arizona leading by 8 right now. Touchdown here with 9:55 and counting remaining would factor huge for the Rattlers. And the lack of offense, the lack of scoring anyway in the second half by the Gladiators, how much of that has to do with Nate Davis's situation? Here's a pass caught, bobbled, but hauled in. Todd Athey has a touchdown for the Rattlers.
This is a good call, adjustment by Coach Guy. Brings Athey on the under route. All game, anytime you've gone with this play pass across the formation, they've come right in your face with pressure. What's the best way to beat a blitz? You attack right where it came from. They do a good job of running Athey on the little short crossing route. Drew Powell able to get the ball out on time for Athey's first touchdown as a Rattler.
Chris McAllister to snap. Henry Croft holds, and Ernesto Lukayo will try to add the point after. His kick right down the pipe to make it a 15-point game. Arizona 43, Duke City 28. We'll grab a timeout. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Time to get on your feet. Dance it out a little bit here in Phoenix. Everybody, welcome into our broadcast coverage of Arizona Rattlers football. 8:46 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Arizona 43, Duke City 28.
Duke City not scoring in the third quarter, but they're going to need this man right here, Dello Davis, to really get things going. The Rattlers have done a nice job to nullify him. Talking about a guy that had 31 touchdowns a year ago, and he chewed the Rattlers up in all three meetings. They've been able to keep him contained.
High kick. Davis at the 3-yard line gets a start at the football, and he gets pushed out. Devonte Merriweather making the contact on the dasher near side of the field, and he'll be marked down at the 18-yard line. Nate Davis to bring that offense back out.
If you've got a guy that explosive.
First down, Duke City.
Holding was the call on Duke City.
Robert Brown on the call, but if you got a guy that explosive, you have got to take pride in your blocking on returns. Give him a chance. Give him a chance to go out and get you points. Put your offense in better situations.
I agree. It looks like we're throwing it to Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Floyd, here with new Arizona Rattler Todd Athey, who scores his first touchdown as a member of the team. Talk me through the play, Todd.
We just had a fly motion with a cross on the left side. I was on the inside. They just flowed with the motion, so I came open and Drew put it on me for the touchdown. So,
Todd, let's talk about what Coach said in that locker room at halftime. I'm sure there were some heated words because this unit, the entire team, has come out a different looking team in his second half.
Yeah, man, we're never content. You know, this organization is professional, and one point we took the lead going into halftime. We weren't content by any means, man. We had to come out with a mean attitude and put a smack on these guys because we know they're a dang good football team.
For you played in Northern Arizona last year. Now you're a member of the Arizona Rattlers. How good does it feel to stay in the state and play with the prime team in the state?
Yeah, it feels great, man. I love it in Arizona to begin with, and I originally signed with Spokane, the Shock, and they got removed from the league, unfortunately, but it was a blessing in disguise. Coach Guy called me and gave me an offer over here, and I ran with it, man. I love Arizona.
There you go, Todd Athey already paying dividends for the Arizona Rattlers, guys.
Nate Davis grabs the snap and dumps it out left side to Jackson. Devonte cuts it back to the middle of the field, and he'll draw some Rattler contact at about the 22-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Gladiators.
It's a very, very smart play. Nate wants to go downfield, but he just looks it all off and calmly checks it down to his nice tailback. And Devonte does the rest. Really like this kid.
Clock moving towards 7 minutes remaining now here in the fourth quarter. Davis looks good back there. Doesn't look any worse for wear on the injury that well, it wasn't really injury. He got hurt a little closing out that first half, but he finds Dello Davis for about a 15-yard pickup inside the 15-yard line.
And he's going to be in coverage or on the route against Merriweather. Does a nice job running the dig route, gets up on Merriweather's toes, and good job of keeping him out of the end zone, forcing him out of the boards.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans, our exclusive replay sponsor. Davis looking left, throws right into coverage, and it's in and out of the hands of the defender. Is that Woods?
It was.
Kyrie Woods could not come up with the football.
And both rookies had opportunities. Ezel got his pick early, but just dump it down again. Look at your back, sitting there, waiting. But he kind of blindly throws it. He wants Stoneham to come back to him, but there's a body between you and Stoneham already to begin with. That's not a good decision right there by Nate Davis, who more times than not makes the right decision.
Clock moving fast, down to 5:43 remaining. Davis puts him in motion. Looking right side, and that pass is going to be deflected and incomplete. And it's Woods this time making a deflection. Well, they're targeting him. They're going right at Woods.
Well, he does a nice job of just sitting at home on this play. Doesn't bite. But as a receiver, you've got to do a better job of straightening it up. You can't just think you're going to run in there and turn him. You got to do a better job. He doesn't back up in the end zone, not one bit. And that's what the best thing is. He comes forward, doesn't allow much space.
Incomplete pass, third down. And the Gladiators at the Arizona 14-yard line. Blitz coming, pass thrown, deflected again in the end zone. The Arizona defensive backfield is coming up big. There is Dylan Winfrey that got the hand on the ball.
You're absolutely right, Floyd, and they're doing a nice job up front. He's holding the ball a little bit longer, but you see that pressure getting closer and closer. That right there, they had Dello Davis run a corner post, so he came out, acted like he was going to go to the corner, and tried to wrap the defender back to the post. Great coverage. They're doubling everything in the middle, leaving the young corners outside to handle business. They're doing a great job so far.
Rattler Nation on their feet. It's fourth down. Ball at the Arizona 14-yard line. Davis throws right side. That is going to be incomplete. Again, going after Tyree Woods. And a great job on that stand defensively in the secondary by Arizona.
Yeah, you expect your guys to win. You're one-on-one. You didn't push him off far enough. He sat right at the sticks, not allowing you to get there. You're in back motion. And that's just, I mean, it wasn't even close. That coverage was fantastic on that backside over there. Coach Guy's got to be really happy with his young corners tonight.
I believe the second stand tonight by the defense.
But you've also got to be, excited. You've got those two vets on the inside. They help take care of those guys.
Arizona takes over their own 14-yard line. Over the middle, Jamal Miles. And it's quickly shut down defensively by a couple of those Gladiators. Good hustle on defense. One of those guys that got there was Mason Newton.
They turned the corner and got back to that screen because it looked like there was a lot more space.
Jimmy Thomas getting there as well defensively. And now the clock becoming an enemy of the Gladiators with 3:05 remaining. Arizona 43. Duke City 28. Here's a pass caught on the near dasher. And that will be just shy of a first down. Pickup on this one of 7 yards on the pass completion to Jamal Miles. The Rattlers milking every ounce of the clock they can right now. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. Motion left side. Miles, the fake to him. Powell up the middle, and he is brought down at the 20-yard line. That's an Arizona first down. Gain of 7 on the play for Drew Powell.
And he's just so smart with the way he runs the ball. Tucks it away, finds it, knows he has the first down. Well, look at the big fellas out front. The big vet, Matey, out in front, getting downfield, putting a block on for his QB, and I'm sure KG will tell him the ball should not be snapped outside of 8 seconds.
You got to use every second of that play clock right now. It's at 10 seconds. Well, now they're going to be in a hurry.
Plenty of time.
1:40 remaining.
Calm down, Floyd. Plenty of time.
Well,
it's a lot
of disarray right there. No flag is down. Now one comes out on the run. And Powell is going to go out across the 15 to about the 13-yard line. We'll see what the flag is about. It was very late in coming out.
It's illegal formation. But this is the type of play where, you know, bad stuff happens. Guys want to take shots at your QB.
Illegal twist. Defense, number 6 and number 50. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
I got to be honest with you, Sed.
There was no receiver on the line of scrimmage, first of all.
I don't disagree. Hey, listen, you saw it, right? You saw it, I saw it. But here's the deal, Cedric Bonner. You've got the eyes of an eagle here spotting.
Well, I mean, it's
some of your stuff.
Well, it's one person's job to see to see that there's enough men on the line of scrimmage. Not the whole group, just one.
Yeah, that's right.
One person's job to see that there's.
He saw something else.
Guys,
something else.
Like a three-man backfield in motion.
Something else got into his field of vision. 1:13 remaining. Motion, handoff, Miles. And he is going to be knocked down. In fact, lost a yard on the play. And now we get to the 1-minute warning in this one. Just 1 minute remaining and a 2-touchdown lead for the Arizona Rattlers. So let's grab a timeout as we get ready to close this one out in Phoenix, everybody. 43-28, the Rattlers in front. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
We are back into it, everybody, and we are getting ready to close out the final minute of action at the Footprint Center. Hey, Sed, you need to turn around. I'm about to try and see if I can get. No, that ain't gonna work out.
Gotta get some light, man.
Gotta get some light.
Get your flash on there.
Trying to get a selfie with the.
Stop being old on TV, okay? You got to get that right, bro. Come on.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to get a selfie with a bona fide superhero, okay? There's one superhero that I have any regard for, and that's the Batman. By the way, not a bad movie, not a bad rendition.
I still have not seen it, so don't even mess it up.
Well, you need to check it out.
I will check it out.
It's not bad, okay?
Big fan.
It's not Christian Bale, okay? But it's.
I knew I liked you because that's my favorite dude.
Oh,
that's my favorite
dude. Come on, man.
Dude.
Come on now, of course. And the Batman is really the only superhero that counts. All those other guys.
Oh, the other guys were given powers. He used
That's what I'm talking
his
about,
intellect, his brain.
Smart guy. And payback. Here comes Drew Powell throwing down the middle. And he throws behind his receiver. That'll be incomplete. He was targeting Raheem Harvey in the end zone. And that one goes incomplete to stop the clock at 56 seconds remaining here in this fourth period. And the Arizona Rattlers by 15.
So when he tries to throw this ball, he gets a little bit overextended. Ball should have already been out on the break. See, it's already late and behind. If you know he's crossing the face of that defender, you got to trust that he's going to be there, and he does a nice job. And that's Raheem Harvey. He does a nice job on the route. You got to trust when he plants his left foot, that ball's out of your hand.
Powell again to the end zone. This one is going to be a battle for it and a touchdown. Todd Athey takes it away from the defender. What a great catch by Todd Athey to get his second touchdown of the night.
I'll tell you, when we did the games last year against Northern Arizona, there was one guy that we talked about, right? And it was this kid, Todd Athey. The kid is big, he's strong, and when the ball's up for grabs, guess who's coming down with it?
Wow, what a terrific job. That was Roderick Chapman in coverage. And
it's great coverage, but just a better play by Todd Athey.
And really, the defender had the position. Athey, by no means, should have came down with that ball, and it was a sheer will and determination. Here's the kick. It's on the way. The kick is good. And our score goes to Arizona 50 and Duke City 28. Joe Pequeno down on the field. Hey, Joe. No?
We talked a little bit about taking a selfie. You know, it's not really hard. Let me show you how it's done. It's essentially, you get your phone going, right? You get it going like this. We'll do a little virtual. And boom.
All right, Joe. All right, Joe.
Not a hard process.
I'll take that, but he can't do two things at once. That's the problem.
Obviously, you forgot to put your mic up there, man. You're not perfect, Joe, by any means.
Let's see. I got some light now. Let's see if this selfie works. There's a little field in the background. I don't know. We're gonna try that one.
Not bad. Not bad.
I don't have the best phone, to be honest with you. It's not the latest generation.
I like how the crew got the lights ready to roll, so you can look like you know what you're doing when you have a little flash button on your phone.
Well, that's true.
You have a flash, and it's automatic, dude. My son would be rolling his eyes at you right now.
Your son? Listen, every one of my sons would have a problem with this. Here, Caleb, come and grab a shot of us, okay? Before we're gonna do this one more time, my friend, while we wait for them to come back to action. Here, we're doing this. See that? All right. I think we got one. Here's the kick, and that is taken out of the air right at the back of the end zone. And a decent return out across the 15-yard line, bringing it back, Roderick Chapman. And he goes down at the 17-yard line. First down there for the Gladiator offense. 51 seconds remain here in the fourth period. Arizona comfortably in front now, 22-point lead. Well, I know you're wondering when you can catch the Rattlers again at home, and there's a bit of a break. They are not home again until April 15th, Saturday, April 15th, and they will be taking on the San Diego Strike Force, brand new in the IFL this year. Give in the backfield, great stop made up front, and the big fellow that makes that stop is Robert Landers. Across that defensive front. 2-yard loss, mark it back to the 15-yard line, and the clock counting down. 3 timeouts remaining. Duke City is not, they have conceded this one. They're not spending any of those timeouts. In fact, neither team had called a timeout here in the second half. We're down to 18 seconds remaining. Davis is going to let this one tick down for a bit. They'll run maybe this last offensive play. Nate steps up, and Nate is going to get a handful of rushing yards to close this one out. 8-yard pickup on that play. Final play. Is that the final play of the game? He went out with 1 second. Hit that dasher pad with 1 second remaining. So, all right, 3rd down and 4. They'll snap it one more time. And then the Arizona Rattlers will celebrate Week 1 victory.
And still not allowing Duke City to beat them since they've joined the IFL.
Here's the other thing to think about. You know, the Gladiators did not score in the second half. The offense looked good in that first half, and right toward the end of that second quarter. So we watched the final play and the final cannon shoot off. That is going to be it. Remember that right at the end of the half, Nate Davis got hurt. He came out and played in the second half, and right now he looks like he's a little gimpy. And that must have a lot to do with what we saw. The other thing is this game plan put together by the Rattlers. I mean, how tough was it? Let's go down on the floor. Joe Pequeno. Well, he doesn't have coach. All right, Joe, we're going to give you a second to grab Coach Kevin Guy and have a final word with him on a victory at home to open up the season for the Rattlers. Go ahead, Joe.
Kevin, Coach, congratulations on the win. Can't say enough about your defense in the second half. Talk about the big changes in that second frame.
Well, we just made some adjustments at halftime and kind of cleaned up a few little things. We thought we had it in the first half, but we were busting a few things. So we just cleaned it up. We shut them out in the second half. That's what you want.
Coach, you bring in Todd Athey from Northern Arizona. He went to Spokane. That league the team got knocked out of the league. He delivers with a couple nice touchdowns in his second half. Your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, it's first game, so the coaches, we got to do a better job of rotating those guys in, but we got him in a lot in the second half. He made 2 big plays for us, so we're just going to keep building on it.
Coach, you got the first one out of the way. You're now 4-0 lifetime against Duke City. Your thoughts of starting this the right way this season?
Well, you always want to get off to a good start. We got them in 2 weeks again, at their place. So I'm sure they're going to make some adjustments. We got to go look at film, clean some few things up. Long season.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Floyd, more from the field in a moment.
All right, Joe, thank you. And we're going to announce the player of the game coming up after a break. We'll commence with a post-game wrap-up in just a few moments. A huge win for Arizona, and they pull away. Got the lead right on the final play of the first half on that field goal by Ernesto Lukayo. Put him in front 29-28, and then outscoring Duke City 21-0 in the second half. We'll get to a wrap-up on this one in just a moment, everybody. Back to the Footprint Center, to the Snake Pit, right after this. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. There's nothing like seeing friends again. We're your Casino Arizona.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
And we're back in, everybody. There's a look at Joe Pequeno down on the field, and he is standing by with The quarterback, Drew Powell, in the victory today. Final score, Arizona 50 and Duke City 28. Joe, take it away.
Floyd, thank you very much. Here with Drew Powell. Drew, a little bit of a battle in that first half. The second half, wow, you take total control. And how about Todd Athey with a couple nice touchdowns in that second frame?
Yeah, for sure. Todd came into the game, man, and impacted it right away. Came in and was in the right spot, did exactly what we asked him to do, caught the ball, finished it. And then on the second one, man, I mean, we've been working on it all week. And it's great to see it all come together on that second one, just the timing, where I'm putting the ball and him going up and get it, man. It's just we've been working on it, so it's good to see it, actually count for points.
Drew, I got to know, how intense was that halftime conversation from Coach Kevin Guy? Because you guys come out and you guys dominate the second frame.
Right, yeah. I mean, he just told us what the game plan was. That was to dominate. We came out slow. It was a weird half for the offense as far as how, the drives that we did get, not being able to complete it, one play interception drives, and, just not being stalling out, not being able to get it going. But we knew in the second half we were going to get the ball. So once we went down and scored that first one, we knew that, we were kind of getting back into it, and, they started to roll downhill, so we felt good about that.
And, Drew, you have to feel good about the defense. They shut out one of the best offenses in the IFL in the second half.
They didn't score in the second half?
Did not score.
Wow, no, that's awesome, man. The defense has been all good all week at practice. We had two new guys that came up and stepped up. Brandon Ezell, man, I've been watching him do it all week in practice, catching the ball and being able to make plays with it when he does. So, it's just awesome to see the young guys coming in and impacting. Woods had a deflection, and then Day-Day, of course, is always going to be all over the field, man. So just to see those guys and to kind of be a fan and just watch it from here and actually, helping us stop after stop, man, it's just it's going to be fun to see.
Drew, 3 touchdown passes in this one, plus a lot of big runs and a lot of big shots. You can see the physicality all over the place. How are you feeling after this one?
I mean, I feel good. This one was a little bit rougher than usual, but I had to do what I had to do to get the job done. Everything wasn't so smooth, so I just, put my work hat on, man. I'm willing to take the hits, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win this game.
Drew Powell, simply a warrior, as the Arizona Rattlers, well, once again, they are 1-0.
All right, Joe, thank you. Appreciate that. And a big win for the Rattlers to start the season out, 50-28, the final score. Well, the quarterback certainly had a terrific second half. There's a shot at Dylan Winfrey, the reigning IFL's Defensive Player of the Year. Didn't call his name a lot today, had a couple of deflections to help the cause. That defensive backfield was strong, and then there was great play up front as well on defense. Joe pointed out to Drew Powell that it was a shutout, second half shutout. Gladiators did not score in that half.
Which is rare. They were the number one ranked team in every statistical category last year offensively, returning most of those guys. They don't have Xavier Amy. That's the only guy they don't have from that team a year ago. They've added a great running back. They just couple plays here and there, right? They just couldn't get going, and then Nate Davis gets a little banged up. But you have to give credit to Arizona for really applying pressure and playing sound defense. And I'm like extremely excited to continue to watch Kyrie Woods as well as Brandon Ezell continue to grow. You've already got 2 All-Stars in the middle. The last 2 Defensive Player of the Years in the IFL are in the middle of that defense. And you throw 2 rookies in there that have an understanding for what they're trying to do. Obviously, they're coachable because they were in the right spots, did all the right things. But Kyrie Woods and Brandon Ezell help make this team even more solid. They're both good tacklers. You see they make plays on the ball. The front was good. I mean, that's a solid defensive effort against a great offensive team.
Well, we'd like to announce, we'd like to present a player of the game with each of our broadcasts. And tonight, this one was tough. It was tough. On offense, of course, Drew Powell is always going to figure into that conversation. He is such an important weapon in their attack. He threw a couple of touchdowns to Todd Athey today. Todd would be a guy who deserves some consideration as well on that. But we go on the defensive side of the ball today. When you can shut out Duke City for a half of football, that's saying a lot. A lot of good work done out there.
A lot of good work.
We're going to go on to that side. You mentioned some of those names a moment ago, and it's still tough to really drill down and find one name to
absolutely
to give it to.
I think another guy that doesn't get a lot of credit, everything in football starts in the middle. You need a great center, great quarterback, great back, right? Same thing on defense. Fa'amatu did a great job up front. Robert Landers did a great job as the middle guy. when he was at nose, but Trayvon Williams from the linebacker spot, creating pressure, running sideline to sideline, making tackles. There was not a weak link on this defense tonight. They did a great job.
Chris McAllister deserves some mention as well.
100%.
For his work on that defense. Devonte Merriweather. It was a solid defensive effort across the board without one guy just jumping out from the pack. So I'm going to go with you on this one, Cedric. During the break a moment ago, you suggested we give it to the entire defense. I don't like doing that very often, but I'm going to go with you on this one.
I mean, what else can you do? You shut down this team in the second half. Number one scoring offense, who scored 21 points in the first quarter. They did not score the final 2 quarters.
That's saying a lot right there. That's a great job. And that'll do it for tonight here at the Footprint Center, everybody. What a game played, especially that second half by the Arizona Rattlers to pull off the victory today. Don't forget the next game coming up, and you can get your tickets by going to azrattlers.com or Ticketmaster. Great shot there of Kyrie Woods, the local kid, the former Chandler products.
Real quick,
get done.
At San Diego State, he was with former legend Hunky Cooper, who's the wide receiver coach there. So see how I did that? See how I tied it?
It all works. It all works.
It's back to the Rattlers.
Hey, it's a small. Right. When you get to the levels of greatness, it's a pretty small fraternity, isn't it? And you're in that fraternity, my man, right there.
Well, I want a jacket or a pin or something.
I'm sure you've got plenty. Remember, the next home game for the Arizona Rattlers comes up on April 15th. April 15th, they're going to take on the brand new San Diego Strike Force. They'll be coming in here to the Footprint Center, so catch that game right here on Cox Cable on Your View. Catch it on the IFL's YouTube channel. And, of course, you can listen to it on radio locally across the valley on 1580. The Fanatic, our radio partner for Arizona Rattlers football. I want to say a big thank you to our entire broadcast team, which includes our director, Bob Hammond, our producer and technical director, that's Derek Simmons. Also, our assistant director today, that is Greg Jones. Big thank you goes out to our graphics operator. That's, Caleb Bushi, again, doing a great job there. Assisting the entire team up here in our control center is, are we supposed to be kind of looking in on the camera right there? My bad. I did not take direction very well, so I think we're back up here on that look. Want to say a big thank you as well to our technical assistant helping us in our control room today, Justice Miranda, doing a great job. Well, big fella, it's going to be a couple of weeks off before we get back together again.
We're just hitting stride.
I know.
What the heck?
I know.
Come on.
I know. It's going to be. It's not going to be. The anticipation will be there for us.
Then we get to May and we've got like 3 straight weekends, right? So it's
It'll be
it's going to be an exciting season.
A lot of busyness coming up then. The San Diego Strike Force are the next home game for the Arizona Rattlers. Comes up April 15th. For the entire crew, for Joe Pequeno down on the field, my broadcast partner in the booth, Cedric Bonner. I am Floyd Simmons. Thanking you for joining us, everybody, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Final score again, the Arizona Rattlers have taken down the Duke City Gladiators. 50-28 the final. Until next time, good night, everybody, from the Footprint Center, and we'll see you down the road.